If you own a property and have a second mortgage on it, and if you want to keep this property and get rid of the second loan, attorney Shah Peerally can help. Call 510-742-5887. Due to the uncertain economy, many people have settled their debts for a fraction of its value. It's recommended to use an experienced lawyer to deal with it. Shah Peerally is an experienced debt settlement attorney and has handled hundreds of such cases successfully. There are no upfront fees for debt settlement. Only when you win, you pay. Call Shah Peerally, attorney at law, at 510-742-5887 or visit yourdebtsettlementattorney.com for a free assessment. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is established by this ad. The law does not guarantee success. Call 510-742-5887.
And now, from the San Francisco Bay Area studios, KLOK proudly presents to you the prominent attorney Shah Peerally for the Shah Peerally Law Show, coming at you with over 50,000 watts of power. The Shah Peerally Law Show, where all your views matter.
Hello everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastika, namaskar to all the listeners. This is attorney Shah Peerally and we are live on air. Today is July 27, 2017 and we are, the next show will be in August, so the months are really rolling by quickly. And today I have on the board with me my good friend Franco. Welcome Franco, and thank you so much for being there with us. And we're going to discuss about immigration law, and we will be taking calls live. You can call at 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565, and anything I'm going to tell you, of course, is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. And ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to discuss about a lot of stuff, including there was something that was published by Reuters, basically stating that now the Homeland Security, basically the Department of State, have issued a cable, basically asking extreme vetting from countries around the world. So basically now people from pretty much all the countries, they will have to really kind of check on their citizens to make sure before they come to the United States that they have been checked, which is something that was already there unofficially, but now, well, even that cable is not official, so it just got out, and we got it to the American Immigration Lawyers Association, and I think it was published by Reuters. And for those who are joining us today, and for those who are new to the show, my name is Shah Peerally, and we have been doing this show now already 7 years, and we have had a great feedback, and I wanted to thank you all for always listening to all our shows. And of course, if you have questions right now, we will be glad to answer them, whether it's a employment-based immigration, family-based immigration, whether it's a marriage petition, VAWA, abuse cases, you name it. Wherever I can help, I will be more than glad to answer. And of course, this is not a consultation. This is just quick information just to guide you. And again, the number to the studio today is 408-912-5565. And Franco is telling me everything is good today, so hopefully we should be able to pick up a lot of calls, because sometimes everybody call at the same time and it becomes an issue, and we end up by not be able to pick anybody's calls. So just to kind of give an idea where we are with immigration, of course things are not getting easier, but they're not getting that harder. A lot of things that we were expecting, unfortunately, are happening. But having said that, things are also not too bad for many people. They are able to get their green cards. We had some very good approvals in those past few days, and we were very, very happy. Let me take one caller, Franco, and then we'll move on. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hey, Shah Peerally. This is Shiva here. I have a quick question. My 140 is approved, and my valid, I mean, my silent 797 is valid up to 2019. But what happened after that? I have an office change. Like I was not employer change, but the office address is got changed. I am relocated to a different building. So they file an, I think, an amendment to that. So and there the validity is again 2020. So if I go to India now and go for stamping, so should I get an visa stamping for 2020 or it should be 2019?
No, okay. You did an amendment on the 797 because you moved, right? For the H1B, right?
Yeah, they didn't amend the 797, but they did file and labor, I think, for the address change.
Okay. And how about the H1B? Did you move location? How far did you move?
It's in the same city, but our office moved to a different building. So within the same city, though.
Same city. Okay. Yeah. Right now you're saying which one was amended to 2020?
I think they file a labor certification.
No, you mean the I-140 was amended. Okay. No, LCA is not labor certification. LCA is a labor condition that's attached to the H1B. Which one? So they just did an LCA on that because it was in the same metropolitan area. Yeah, technically you should get up to only 2019 because your 797 is what controls, not the LCA. Having said that, they might question you when you go for stamping why an amendment was not filed on your case, okay? So you need to explain that this was in the same metropolitan area and it was just change of building address. Because recently they have been giving a hard time for anybody who moved, changing address, and if they don't file an amendment, they get confused and they might give you a hard time on your stamp. They might not also, but just make sure you bring a copy of your new LCA and make sure you show on a map basically the distance of from where your building has moved, etc., so that they know this was not a big material change that requires an H1B amendment. Okay.
Okay.
But you will get only to 2000. Yeah, but you will get only 2019 because it's the 797 that controls, not the LCA. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the
good luck to you. Okay. Good luck. I don't know if I have one more caller, Franco. This is Shah. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you can call. The number to the studio today is 408-912-5565, and I have on the board with me Franco. And just to let you know, also there was a statement basically opposing the border wall that President Trump was trying to put on Mexico. So let's see how things are going to work out. Will there be a wall or not? But if the wall goes through, that's going to be really kind of a showdown for a flexing of the muscle of the Trump administration. But let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in here.
Hi, my name is Vamshi, and I have a quick question about H-1B extension. So
yes,
my labor got approved, and my company is presently filing my I-140, and I have my H-1 valid until June of next year. So let's say if I get my I-140 if I file it in premium, if I get it in 2 or 3 months, then if I file my H-1B extension again, then I would suppose I would get a 3-year extension to that, right? So my question is, if I go to stamping next year, in the beginning of next year, which one do they consider when they stamp? Would they consider the 3-year extension one, or would they consider my original H-1B extension, my previous H-1B extension, which is valid till June of next year?
Okay. First of all, number one is that you can only file the extension 180 days before it expires. So if it expires in June, you probably will be able to file around beginning of January. Number two, it's going to be the last one that they approve. So if they approve 3 years, they will probably give you a stamp for 3 years. Okay.
Okay. So even if I go to stamping before June, they would still consider the 3-year extension that I got, the most recent one. Is that right?
Yes. Yes. Because if you get it, it will take from that date and up. They usually, when you file for extension based on the I-140, the date of the filing will be taken to carry on for the 3 years. So that first one going to June will probably kind of be absorbed in this one. So you should get a full 3 years. Unless they decide otherwise, they can also, at their discretion, give you less. But 3 years is usually what they will give you. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck to you. Good luck. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hiya. Thing is, I recently quit my job and my employer, he canceled my H1. So I'm trying to find out a project. So still, how many days can I stay until I get my H1 transfer?
Okay. You can transfer within 60 days after you are terminated or H1B is withdrawn from the USCIS. But that means 60 days it has to be filed, not 60 days you start the process, okay? Because some people get confused. They think if they file the NCA. So you count exactly 60 days, that will be your last day it has to reach the USCIS. After that, then it will be a consular processing. So make sure you find something before 60 days. Well, a little bit before we get it, because it takes at least 7 to 10 days to file the H1B. Okay?
Okay. And one more thing. The thing is, actually, I'm a UK citizen. Is there any other way I can stay with that one?
Not depending how you want to stay. You can always shift to a visitor visa, B1, B2. But that's not recommended because it won't really help you a lot. My advice is to find a job. If you're not finding anything, you're reaching like 40 days, 45 days, give me a call and I can kind of look into all your other options because there might be other options that will take some time to assess. But just being a UK citizen will not give you anything special unless you want to do something like an investor visa, like E2 visa and things like that. But we have to sit down and assess that. Just give me a call at the office if you don't find anything to transfer in the 40 days or something. 510-742-5887. Just give us a call, okay?
Okay, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Good luck. So, ladies and gentlemen, the lines are still open. The number to the studio 408-912-5565. And I was talking a little bit about all those issues happening right now. And now things are getting rough. There's no question about it. Things are getting rough not only for immigrants but for a lot of people in the United States. And it's not going to get better in the near future. So. Unfortunately, I don't want to kind of sugarcoat it. It's going to get harder and harder. But at the same time, laws are here. There will be a lot of lawsuits, a lot of things happening on the court side that you need to watch and be really kind of aware of. Small things can really cost you now. A lot of times people just will not really pay attention. For example, one of the things that is very important, if you're moving if you are not a U.S. citizen, you are an H-1B, and a student, or you are a green card holder, there is a law which says if you move from one place to another, changing your address, even if it is temporary, you are supposed to make sure that you file what we call an AR-11. An AR-11 is a change of address form. You can do it online on the USCIS website, uscis.gov. But make sure you do that. I'll tell you why. Because this law has been on the books. Within 10 days, if you don't file it, they can actually use that. And actually, if you want to place you on deportation, they can actually use that law to place you on deportation. Back in the days after September 11, at that time there was Attorney Ashcroft, I remember, and he was actually using this law to kind of round up people. But after that, a judge came back and said, "Hold on a second. We never really applied this law to the letter. So what we will do is that we will forgive people who have not done it before, but from now on, I think it was around 2003, they said 2004, they say from now on, anybody who doesn't abide by this law will actually be punished, kind of. Under Obama, they have not really enforced it, but now with all the things going on, you need to be careful on that. So make sure when you're filing for your citizenship or anything you're filing, anytime you're moving, make sure until you become a U.S. citizen, even as a green card holder, you need to inform the USCIS where is your address. That's number one. Number two, even if you're a U.S. citizen and let's say you're filing something for a family member, make sure also you're informing them of a change of address, because if in case they send an RFE or any kind of documents and it doesn't reach you, it will become difficult for you to deal with the situation. So now with emails, this is not a big problem when it comes to documents, but at the same time, you are supposed to inform them as long as up till you're a green card holder, until you become a citizen, you are supposed to inform the USCIS within 10 days after you moving to a new address. It's very, very important. It's major, and it can really backfire on you, especially if you're going for citizenship interview. Not interview, but filing for your citizenship. Now, the other thing that is very important now, if you're filing for citizenship, make sure that you're compliant with all the rules of citizenship. You have your 30 months completed if it is a 5 years, and you have your 18 months completed if it is a 3 years, based on 3 years of green card, marriage to a U.S. citizen, and also within you are living within the jurisdiction of where you're filing in the past 90 days, and you were in the United States. So, if in case you don't have all this, make sure you deal with that. I think we have one caller, right, Franco? This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air. Hello. Okay, sorry for that. So let me go ahead and continue. Again, the number to call is 408-912-5565. We're live on air. Today is July 27, 2017, and Franco is on the board with me. And I was talking a little bit about the citizenship application. So the citizenship application, you need to also know about the rules of continuity. Okay, the rules of continuity means basically if you're leaving the United States for more than 6 months in a row, right? There are two things that can happen. Number one, there's a presumption you kind of have abandoned your green card. Although if you look at the website, they say 1 year. Usually after 6 months they can claim that. Number two, even if they don't say you abandoned the green card, they will say that you broke the continuity for the citizenship. What is a continuity? It is a time lapse that you have to complete in order to file citizenship. For example, you have 5 years to complete it, or 3 years. Usually, you can file 4 years and 9 months after at the anniversary of the green card, or 2 years and 9 months if you got it through marriage. What happens if you leave the country for more than 6 months in one time? What it will do, it breaks the continuity. The continuity will what happens if that happens, only when you come back, then you will have to wait another 4 years and 1 day to file it. And people get confused why the 1 day, what is there. So make sure you're completing all this, because now they're very, very picky on citizenship applications. Small things they're rejecting and denying citizenship. So I recommend that if you're not sure, to check with a lawyer or have a lawyer file your case. You can call our office. We might be able to help. 510-742-5887. 510-742-5887. What I was talking about here is citizenship. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back after those messages, and we will go ahead and talk a little bit about some other issues that we're seeing right now, and we will talk also about debt settlement in a few. But right now, Franco, we'll take a quick break, and like I said, everything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. you should contact an attorney if you have any questions. We'll be back after those messages, and don't go anywhere. We're still here. This is Attorney Shah Peerally.
Beerables Inc. is an e-solutions company that provides custom web design, web application development, and internet marketing services to individuals and businesses. They can build powerful e-commerce sites, mobile apps, develop content, and market you on social media. They can help manage your brand's reputation and provide rock-solid customer support. Call today at 1-800-651-6091 or email us at info@beerables.com for a free consultation today. Again, the number is 1-800-651-6091.
The Shah Peerally Law Group and IMI Law Help Inc. are proud to announce the release of the Immigration Law Podcast on iTunes, Google Play, TuneIn, and other renowned podcast channels. Immigration Law Podcast was designed to provide the audience with information on various U.S. immigration issues. The podcasts are unique because they are presented by the prominent attorney, Shah Peerally, covering topics such as B1, B2 visas, visitor and business visas, H-1B visas, L-1 visas, O visas, EB-1 visas, student visas, perm labor certifications, national interest waivers, NIW, green cards, and citizenship. Although educational in nature, the podcasts provide a rare insight on immigration news and politics from an experienced lawyer's perspective. Immigration Law Podcasts, a unique perspective on immigration law. Download them from iTunes or Google Play. For more information, visit attorneyonair.com or call 510-742-5887. This is just an advertisement. No attorney-client relationship is created by this ad.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with for the Shah Peerally Law Show. This is Attorney Shah Peerally, and now I think we have one caller. Franco, let me take the caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, I have a question regarding the green card. I have an existing I-140 from my current company, and my priority date is somewhere around 2010. So, and if I want to, and I'm past my 6 years of H1, so if I switch to another company now, would it, and after I switch, I need to restart the new perm and new 140 in the new company, right? During that process, if the dates become current, like for my priority date, but I'm not ready to apply for the 480 adjustment of status, and if assume, let's say, the dates retrogress, what will happen to my H1 extensions and future I-140?
If the date retrogress, you can still use all I-140 to get an extension, if that's your question. But if the dates don't retrogress and you didn't use your I-140, they might give you a little bit of hard time. Although it's not, in theory, it can happen. It never really happened in practice. But that's one of the things that becomes an issue. As for the new labor, and once your labor gets approved, you can borrow that priority date. You can send it to the new I-140. So you will be able to get an extension based on the previous I-140 if the dates retrogress. But if the dates don't retrogress and you don't take a chance on that, they might give you a little hard time to give you your extension. But usually I've never seen it in practice.
If the dates don't retrogress, then I will file for adjustment if my new 140 and new perm process are ready. But if they're not, and then I cannot do anything, right? Like if the
you
timing
can
is
still
bad
use that. You can still use that I-140 to file your extension, provided they don't do anything about it. Because I've seen this in many cases where they don't say anything, they just go ahead and accept your extension. But in theory, they should not do that, because the reason AC-21 was created for that extension, it is because people are waiting for the dates to be current. But you should just go ahead, still file your extension based on the old I-140 until the new one gets into play. Okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Okay, good luck to you. Let me take another caller. This is Shah Peerally. You're live in air. Hello? 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 Okay, so sorry, I can't hear the caller. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to call, feel free to call our office if you want to call the studio today, 408-912-5565, 408-912-5565. And if you want to call for a private consultation, feel free to call our office at 510-742-5887. And also the website site to check is attorneyonair.com or peerallylaw.com. Let me take the caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. This is Rajesh here. Rajesh Khanna, how are you? And thanks for your information. Even though I'm a green card holder, I could able to help my friends who's in H1B and giving them, educating them as per your advices. And thanks for that. And I just want to call you and say thanks. I'm listening every week for past 3 months. So I thought I'll just thank. And I have just one question. So I'm a green card holder. I got my green card during October 2013. So so after another 6 months, I'm eligible to apply for a citizenship, right?
Yeah, 4 years and 9 months after 2013. So just count it from there. 4 years and 9 months, you will be eligible to file for your citizenship.
Okay, so one more thing, last question. So I could change my name during the filing?
Not really, because that rule has been changed. If you want to really change your name, I would recommend you go to court, the state court. Like, I don't know if you live in San Jose or you live in Fremont, just go there, ask them to do a name change. Once you get that paper from the court, then you can insert it in the citizenship. They will accept that. But it doesn't take long and it doesn't cost that much to do that with the state court. But just going there to change name, it's not really applicable. What they put in the N400 of change name is usually for people who are married and get divorced and things like that. They want to bring back their old name. They don't allow you just to change your name like that anymore. You need to get a court order for that.
Okay. Well, some of my friends told earlier they did 10 years ago. That's why I just want to check.
It just changed that rule. They started that thing, I think, 3-4 years ago. And before they used to do it all the time. I remember I would go for interview, people would just pick their names. But of course it has to make sense, but now not anymore. They ask for that court order unless you are just kind of the maiden name, you want to take back your regular name, something like that. Okay?
Okay, thank you. Bye.
And thank you so much, Rajesh, for your kind words. Okay? Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hi.
Hello.
Thanks for taking my call. So I have 2 questions. One is now H1 premium is not in progress, and if I want to switch my job, I have an approved 140. So when should I actually join the company, and when should I resign? Like, is there a possibility like if after I resign, if my company revokes my H1B, withdraws my H1B, will there be a problem? And what do you suggest on joining a new company based on the reference number?
Okay, that's a very good question. That's 2 good questions actually. Number one, we don't recommend anybody to move, especially if they're depending on the I-140 to do the transfer once you pass 6 years, unless 6 months has passed. Because before 6 months, the company has the right 6 months on the I-140. Okay, not the H1B.
Yeah. So it's been more than a year since my 140 is approved.
Okay, perfect. So that one is not a problem. Now, as for them withdrawing your H1B, when you're filing right now for a transfer under AC21, I think section 105, I think B, subsection B, you are allowed to start working as from the day you file it. Okay. So now the question everybody asks me, okay, what are the risks? Yeah, there are risks because if the case gets denied, then and company A, let's say you're moving from company A to company B, cancel your H1B, then you will be holding on pretty much nothing. So there's a risk. So what I do is that usually I ask the clients to call me and I'll assess the company chances of getting an approval. For example, if the company is not a consulting company, your chances are higher. For For example, the company is not has a good reputation, your chances are higher when they transfer you. For example, if the company is not going to lay off or has not laid off people in the past few months or is not planning to lay off, your chances are higher. So if in case company A cancel your H1B when you leave and you already move to B and B gets denied, then the other option is maybe to refile the case with company B. Oh, but by that time, unfortunately, you will not be able to do what we call a transfer. What you will be able to do is call a new employment cap exam, and then you will have to leave the country, come back. So in this case, if there's premium is back, it will be helpful. But if premium is not back, it becomes pretty complicated. So the best advice I give people is to make sure before they leave and move to another company, assess the company. You can give me a call at the office. We can do a consultation to assess the company, or make sure you do research on the company before you move. Okay?
Yeah, if it is a very reputed company, like top 50 company in the U.S. So what do you suggest?
Yeah, then the chances are pretty good unless the lawyer makes a mistake or they make a mistake on the paperwork. But apart from that, the chances are pretty good. Okay?
Sure. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hi, this is Rajendra here, Shah. Thank you for taking the call. So I have a question, follow-up question on the previous topic of the address change. So what if we don't change the address, let's say the person forgot to update it. So what is the option we have in that case?
You need to change it. Even late you have to change it, because what happens is it becomes a little bit more complicated, because sometimes even people who did the change, the system didn't register it, but if they had a proof of change or they mentioned they changed it, they usually believe them because their system itself was not updated. But no matter what, I recommend even late to change it, because if you don't, then they can use it against you. As I told you also earlier, lately I have not seen it, but this is something that was widely used back in the days of Ashcroft. I don't know if you were here when Ashcroft was the Attorney General, but he was using that a lot to basically get people in deportation. So far they have not kind of used that against people, but I recommend even late to do the change of address. Okay?
Okay. So one question, if you don't mind. So is there a way we can check the system what is the current address reported?
No, unless you do a Freedom of Information Act, then you won't know, because they don't put that information, because this is confidential information. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you. You're welcome. So, one of the tricks to know is look at the latest receipt you got from them. Then you might see which address they use. But at the end of the day, you should know about your address, because that's your duty. I was mentioning about some of the tips basically, because these are things that what we call the tricks of the trade. Practicing immigration law for so many years now, I'm going on so many years, I've seen small things can really save someone or can hurt someone. So the tips I'm giving you is based on pretty much my experience and our experience. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, hello.
Hi, Shah. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Hello? Okay.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you for taking my call. I have a question to ask.
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay, one of my friend, he has a green card and eligible to file a citizenship, but his family, his son is in India. So to apply to his son, right, to citizenship along with him, he has to be in the United States, right? Has to come back to the United States, right?
Not necessarily. Depends on the situation who the son is attached to. If the son is attached to the mother, the son has a green card probably. So if he's attached to the mother and the mother left, then it becomes an issue. But if he's attached to him and he just left maybe for a vacation or things like that, it doesn't really affect the son, because it's the intent of the parents that is imputed to the child. That means it's their intent that will go towards the child. So in this case, I've seen cases where they file and the children automatically get their citizenship. I've never seen them arguing really about that. But if the child left for a long time and is in the custody of the mother, for example, then it becomes an issue. So it's very hard to give an exact answer unless I look at the entire case. Ask them to give me a call at the office. We can do a consultation, 510-742-5887, and I'll be glad to kind of assess where he
Sure. Question here. What is attached to mother and father? I mean, can you please elaborate a little bit on that?
Yeah.
Attached to
custody. I'm talking about the custody.
Okay.
If the parents are divorced or the parents are separated, whoever has the custody, physical and legal custody of the child, will make a difference on the citizenship, automatic citizenship that is obtained, right? Whenever you file for your citizenship and your child is under 18, they automatically get citizenship with you. Except if the child, for example, let's say there was a divorce or a separation where the child is abroad with the other spouse, and then you file citizenship, there's a chance they won't grant the citizenship to the child. There's a chance,
in this case,
an argument.
In this case, both are together, together, but wife and child is there in India.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we need to know ultimately, because even they are not divorced or something, they might kind of take it as if it was a separation. So although the law doesn't say that, the law kind of says it's whoever has custody, but the question will be how long the child stayed abroad, etc., etc. The best is to bring the child here, file the citizenship, get the citizenship, and then he can go back. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, right. Thank you, sir.
Good luck to you. I think I have one more caller, right, Franco? This is Shah Peerally, you're live on air? Okay, sorry. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was talking about the tricks of the trade when it comes to immigration. Fortunately, I had, fortunately or unfortunately for me, I practiced immigration law through 3 administrations now, under Bush, George Bush Jr., and then under Obama, and now under Trump. I've seen things evolving, but at the end of the day, the good things with immigration, it's still, if you're a lawyer who understands the law and understand how things works, you can still fight cases. When I started practicing back in the days, things were very, very I think it was just Bush took power, something like that, and then things were really smooth for a lot of people. People didn't really need a lawyer for small things. Even under H-1Bs, I remember companies will file their own H-1B, they won't use a lawyer. But as Obama came, things got a little bit more detailed, and still it was a little bit easier, but they were cracking down a lot on non-lawyers, which is something right, because a lot of people were practicing law without a license. But now, with things getting tougher, I don't know, a lot of people have been listening to me for years now. Sometimes people will call, I say, hey, you don't need a lawyer, just go and do this on your own. Well, I still say that in some cases. But now more and more I see things like, for example, citizenship. I used to tell people it's not difficult, go and apply it on your own, which is still the case, but now small things that I'm getting consultation, or I'm seeing cases where people will be calling me on small things, like, for example, the 90-day rules, or for one day they left, or they forgot to do an AR11 or things like that, and they are ending up by getting a lot of RFEs or a lot of questions at the citizenship interview. So I recommend that you hire a lawyer, or get someone. Well, it has to be a lawyer now. It can't be someone else who can help you, or a family member, to make sure that your paperwork are well done, because any small mistakes will cost you. Same for H-1Bs. Even with experienced lawyers, even us, sometimes small things can cost us. But luckily, we have 2-3 reviews on every cases, and thanks to God, we are able to make things happen in a better way. But having said that, I highly recommend that you make things be checked, or you have a second opinion with a lawyer before you file anything or make any move. For example, traveling, for example, changing school, etc. And again, the number to call to our office is 510-742-5887. Now, let me kind of shift gear and talk a little bit about the other areas of law where we help people, not only immigrants but non-immigrants too. This is the area of debt settlement. We have been able to for years now. We are going on, I think, on 7 years doing that, 7 or 8 years doing that, where people will contact us and they are really having a lot of problem with their debts. We can help them on that, on getting rid of those debts, and we want to make sure that we do it the right way, where we negotiate their debts and bring it to a fraction of its value. For example, you can owe $10,000, we can maybe reduce it for $2,000. We had cases up to millions of dollars where we negotiate and bring it to a fraction of its value. It makes a big difference. You can check the blog yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, and you will get more details on the kind of cases we have done. Let me take another caller, Franco. This is Shah Peerally. You're live on air. Hello.
Hello.
Yes,
hello.
Go ahead. You're live. Yes,
yeah.
You're live.
Hi, Shah Peerally. Thanks for taking my call. This is Sarvesh.
You're welcome.
This question is mainly regarding my daughter who has H4, but she's in India now. She is studying there, but when she visits, she is coming in October. When she comes, she's not really staying here, but can she use her H4 to enter the US, or does she need any visitor visa or something else?
How old is she?
She's 11 and a half.
Yeah, she can. As long as the H4 is good on her passport, she can come and visit without any problem.
Oh, okay.
It's only
so
when if the H4 is cancelled or it's expired, then she needs to get a new one. But she doesn't have to be staying in the U.S. for the years that the H4 is valid for. H4 is very flexible. You can go back and forth on it. So no, she doesn't need any other visa. She can use that to come back in. Oh.
Okay, wonderful. So I was just clarifying. So you clarified that she doesn't need to stay here as such just to avail H4, right?
No. Oh. Because the H4 is attached to you, who is the main person. But so as long as you have your H1 good, the H4 is still good, or if the stamp is still good also. But she should be fine. She can stay there and then come back when she wants to. Okay?
Wonderful. Thank you so much for taking and clarifying.
Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Let me take one more caller and then we will be moving on to Amit. This is Shah Peerally. You are live on air.
Hello, sir. This is Niranjana. I have a question regarding citizenship. My husband and I, we got green card in 2011, and in 2013 we had to move back to India. So after 15 months, we moved to US. So I want to know when we are eligible for applying for citizenship.
Okay. So you came back when? In 2014?
October, like after 15 months of stay in India.
Okay.
And in between, my husband traveled once to US.
Okay. Once when?
2014, February.
Okay.
So we moved back in 2013 June, and then 2014 February he was here for 1 month, and then we all moved back together in 2014 October.
Okay. And did you have a re-entry permit when you left?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Yeah. So what you do is that for your husband, I need to calculate it, but I'm pretty sure it will be the same as you. Even he broke a little bit, but he still have broken the continuity. So from the October 2014 when you came back, count 4 years and 1 day from that date, then you will be eligible for citizenship. So we're talking about October 2018. You should be eligible, and you can file 3 months before. So around backward, like October. September, August, July, like end of July, you should be eligible to file for your citizenship, both of you. Okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you. And does it include the days? For vacation, for every year we go there for 1 month.
Yeah.
Should I calculate that?
Yeah. That's not a problem. As long as you didn't leave in 6 months in one row, you're fine. Okay?
Sure.
And if you need help filing, just give us a call 510-742-5887. So, ladies and gentlemen, now I'm not going to take more callers, Franco, and I just wanted to say thank you for listening. And we had few callers today, and I'm very appreciative of the kind words. And I usually put all those shows on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah Peerally Law. Please check it. It's a podcast there, and share it with your friends. And you can comment there. You can ask questions. If I have time, I usually answer them. And anything I'm telling you today is for educational purposes only. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. The number to our office, 510-742-5887. The website to check is attorneyonair.com. And we will be back next week, the same time at 10 a.m. on Thursday. And thank you, Franco. And I think Amit is there. Amit, are you there?
Hi, Shah. Yes, I'm here. How are you?